Okay, let's go over the answers for May 19th, section 921. Side lengths and triangles. And you were supposed to decide if the three side lengths make a triangle. If they do, what type of a triangle is it? So the first thing we have to do is decide, do the three side lengths make a triangle? So we take the two smallest sides, add them together, and they need to be more than the longest side. 5 plus 6 is 11. 11 is greater than 7. So this does make a triangle. Now, we're going to check and see what type of triangle. So we need to square all three of our sides. 5 squared is 25. 6 squared is 36. 7 squared is 49. Now, we want to know, do our two smallest squares end up being less than 49, equal to 49, or more than 49? 36 plus 25 is 61. 61 is more than 49. So we always take into consideration, is c squared is c squared bigger, smaller, or equal to? If it's smaller, then it's an acute triangle. Going to the second one. We take our two smallest sides, add them together. 2 plus 11 needs to be greater than 15. 2 plus 11 is only 13. This is not a triangle. Next one. Two shortest sides added together. 10 plus 15 is 25. 25 is greater than 20, so it is a triangle. Now we need to decide what type of triangle. So 10 squared is 100. Plus 15 squared is 225. 20 squared is 400. We check to see what we get when we add the two smallest squares. 325 is less than 400. The largest square is bigger than the two smaller squares added together. That means this is an obtuse triangle. Next one, 10 plus 24 greater than 26. That is true. 34 is greater than 26. So now we go to squaring each piece. And this is where you'll either want a table of squares or you'll want to have a calculator. So 10 squared is 100. 24 squared is 576. 26 squared is 676. 100 plus 576 is 676, is equal to 676. That's a right triangle. Next one. Hey, no. And my dog is still trying to eat the couches. Take the two smallest sides, add them together. Are they greater than the largest side? No, That's not a triangle. We're done. Next one, smallest side plus the next smallest side is 12. 12 is greater than 11. So we go ahead and square each one to decide what type of triangle it is. 2 squared is 4, plus 10 squared is 100. And how does that compare to 11 squared, which is 121? 4 plus 100 is 104, is less than 121. C squared is bigger than the sum of the two smaller squares. That is an obtuse triangle. And the last question, what's the longest side of a right triangle called? And it is the hypotenuse. So, yesterday's homework, I noticed a lot of people are not paying attention to what you're supposed to be doing with the sides versus the squares. Sides need to be multiplied by each other. So for instance, if I tell you I have 3 sides of a triangle are 4, 7, and 10, we don't add 4 and 7 to decide what kind of a triangle it is. We add 4 and 7 to see if it even makes a triangle. So with our sides, we're just trying to decide, does it make a triangle? The 2 short sides added together need to be larger than your longest side. To decide the type of triangle, just like we did in these problems from last night, you need to square each one. So I'm going to assume that if this is a right triangle, our shortest side is 4, so my square is 16. The other short side is 7, so the square is 49. Sorry. And then the longest side is 10, so the square is 100. You don't need to draw it out, but you do need to make sure that you're following the right process. So square the sides and add those together and compare that to the longest side squared. 16 plus 49 is not as big as 100. C squared is bigger than our 2 other pieces, and again, that's obtuse. So please make sure you're following that process. The sides determine if it's a triangle. The squares of the sides determine the type of triangle. If you are having questions with that, make sure you're logging into office hours with Mr. Kaplan or me. Have a good night.